channel title. Japanese tanks have been now officially announced for when they are going to be put into game. Who knows? I'm guessing it's going to be at Christmas, but I cannot be certain. I guess them to be put in by Christmas. It would make sense because they've done that every year with regards to the tanks and when they've been putting them in Christmas. I'm kind of surprised that they're not doing it in the same way as they've done before. There's no Japanese premiums being dropped in yet. Tanks, I mean. They did that last year. Well, last year was it? With the British? I think. To be honest, it's not really showing that much. It doesn't surprise me, it's still fairly early days. But it's showing that, they are there, which is great. They are working on them, if you know what I mean. And they're showing the Type 95 and the Type 97. I mean, they're relatively low, or will be relatively low tier tanks, mainly due to their armament. The second one, Type 97, I think it's got a 47mm gun. I'm not sure as far as Japanese stuff, as far as the ammunition goes, whether it'll be APHE or just like stock rounds, if you know what I mean, like solid shot. I'm kind of glad that they are putting the Japanese tanks in. I want to see what they're going to be putting in as far as the higher tier stuff goes. That is what I'm really interested in, if you know what I mean. I'm interested in seeing how much paper stuff they're going to throw in there. That's another thing, because I'm guessing it's going to be quite a bit. Around about tier 3 and tier 4, they're going to struggle, really, really struggle to put stuff in that was actually made. Right, so that's the Yontos. Let me just get the image up for you so you can see it easy. Wow, that's massive. Okay, thanks for that. Right, the Ontos was an American design. Basically, a small, lightly armored vehicle with 6 recoilless rifles mounted on top. By recoilless rifles, I basically mean like a RPG, except it was mounted on, on a vehicle. They were fixed mounted, but I think they could be traversed slightly on top of it. I'm not sure though exactly. Just give me a sec. Oh, there's some videos for this as well. Come on. That's a bit better. But yeah, that's the Ontos. It does need more. I mean, in real life, they could unmount, I think it was at least 2 of them, because they were the same gun, literally, as what was mounted as an anti-tank gun mount, except for they're just mounted on this. Like I say, it was only a lightly armoured vehicle, but with 6 105mm recoilless rifles, they were quite effective. They could fire, I think it was heat and what was it called? Heishi. I think they could also fire possibly smoke, but they, generally speaking, I don't think were used for that. They were more for supporting fire, I suppose, in certain respects. Mainly because they had to be reloaded from outside of the tank. You couldn't reload them from inside. It's down to the design of the weapon more than anything. Now, as far as the Japanese goes, they kind of mimicked this. This is post-war, obviously, I should point out. But they had a similar design that was a little bit different. And give me a sec, I'll find some details out for you. Now, the Type 60, it looks quite comical there, actually, is the Japanese kind of version of the Ontos. Is that going to be small or large? So, yeah, that's tiny. That's the one on Wiki. There we go. Right. And yeah, this differed from the Ontos in obviously a few ways. For a start, it didn't carry as many recordless rifles, but in effect, it was a little bit better in the way it was designed, as the guns that it mounted were on this little mounting here, which was basically like a mini turret, which could be raised and turned from that position. This enables it to be sat fully hauled down, and yeah, use the weapons. And they're the same guns. They're 106mm, sorry, recordless rifles. It was also fitted like the Ontos was. I did actually forget to mention that. With 50 cal ranging machine guns, which basically were used for ranging the shots before firing. The British had the same thing with the ranging machine gun on the Chieftain and on a few other vehicles as well, and that actually became a standard in order to accurately rangefind, at least before laser rangefinders were introduced wholesale. But yeah, that's the Type 60, and like I say, that's the Ontos. Now the Ontos, that I'm surprised that Gaijin haven't put in yet, if I'm honest, as it will be, you know, a bit mental. Mainly because, let me just explain this. Now, this is what makes this quite funny as far as War Thunder goes. The weapons it fired, obviously it's got 6 recordless rifles. They were either fired in pairs, so in twos, or you could fire them all together. That's 6 recordless rifles all firing at the same time. That's quite, you know, the fireworks display. I'd love to be able to do that in War Thunder.